What the? Hey! What the hell? Not right now, I'm too tired. You're really not letting this up, are you? Yeah, alright. But which one am I gonna do? I can't do Galaxy. I don't have the right cards for it. In fact, they're all still in the OCG. That and the fact that I can't even use the software in order to use it off of YGO Pro. So what deck am I supposed to... Hat? But it's not even done yet. I'm missing an Ignition as well as the Sanctum. Alright, fine. Well guys, my assistant is right. It has been a while since I've done a deck profile for you guys, and honestly, normally it would have been my Galaxy deck profile, and I would have done this one as well, given the fact that I do not have all the cards needed for this deck. The majority of the deck is already done. I'm just missing 2 cards. It may not be as relevant as it was last format, but like I said, it's still pretty fun to use. I love using it, and it's pretty much my anti-meta deck, so to speak. Since majority of you guys already know how this deck functions, I'm not really going to dwell too much on it. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so first and foremost, we are running the hand engine first, given the fact that this deck is built with only 3 engines in it. What better way to do it than with the three ice, 3 fire hands? Simple as that. One is destroyed, special summon the other one, upon destruction, you know, things like that. Spell and traps destroyed, monsters destroyed, and you won't be hearing any hand jokes from me. It's already been said, you know, been there, done that sort of thing. Next, we're running 3 Moral Tech, 1 Beagle Tech, and 1 Scythe. I might bump that Beagle Tech to 2. I'm not sure yet. I'm still looking for a replacement for it. However, it does seem to be doing okay, at least at 1, but I'm still keeping the second one around just in case, because I think I might need it. You never know. Okay, so next to the Chatrix engine, 3 Myrmelios, 2 Dios. I understand that there's a lot of people that would rather run only 2 Myrmelios and only 1 Dio. That's nice and all, but I actually want to keep it at 3 because I actually went through the trouble of getting 3 Myrmelios. Simple as that. When I was trying to make the Chatrix deck, period, it was just, I had enough time trying to get Myrmelio and it was really hard to do it. So yeah, even in the boxes for Primal Origins, I had a tough time getting Dio. I think I had to trade for it for the 3rd one. Even though I'm not running the 3rd one here, again, still running it at putting it away for the time being. You never know when you're gonna use it again. And that's basically the thing. And I might do a discussion video on that, like when is the perfect time to have cards around, or when not to keep them around. And the last 2 monsters that we're running in the deck, because we're not running that many monsters, it's mainly just an engine, and I rarely use the extra deck, which is 2 Maxi. This is where I might be getting a little meh on. The reason I say that is because sometimes when you activate that Max C, you tend to draw a little too much. Now, granted, drawing in this deck is pretty good, but there are times when you shouldn't draw, at least not too much. Like say, for example, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have went through this. Let's say we draw into more than 1 hand, or let's say we draw into that one of the artifacts. Like, you know, it's a pain in the ass whenever that happens. And it's happened to me many times before, like, if I draw into 2 Moral Techs, like, oh, what am I going to do with this? Like, I only have just the 1 Beagle Tech. And this is the reason why I'm thinking about running 2 Beagle Techs, because, like, if I draw into, you know, 2 Moral Techs, and screw it, I got to run that 2nd Beagle Tech if this happens. So, I don't know, it's all a matter of personal preference here, but this is what I'm going to be leaving up to you guys. Like, if you guys have any suggestions, we could just swap out these Maxis and replace them with another thing that I did try in place of Maxi, which was Supply Squad. And given the fact that a lot of the monsters here are pretty weak when you don't really go into the extra deck, which is normal actually for this deck, in case many don't know, it's pretty simple as that. Supply Squad, like, it helps given the fact that let's say we got Myrmelio or Dio or any of the hands that once they're destroyed, that we can actually plus off of that, like aside from their own effects, we can benefit off their destruction. just by drawing just maybe one card. It's all good. Like, yeah, it's only once per turn, but maybe just that one card, that one extra card during that turn is good enough. Because sometimes we don't need to go into that maxi and draw into, like, multiple cards. As helpful as it may be, sometimes it clogs up the hand, and who knows more about hands clogging than me? No pun intended. Anyways, that completes the monster section. Next up is the spells, and to be perfectly honest, we're not really running that many spells. In fact, we're barely running a handful here. The first and foremost is 3 ignitions. Now, this is the reason why I didn't want to do this deck profile without the cards, without all the cards. As you guys can see, I'm missing a 3rd ignition, and I'm not really that big a fan of proxies. But given the fact that I've been meaning to do a deck profile of this deck for God knows how long, and I wanted to do it before it started to become, completely irrelevant. That's why I wanted to do it right now. So for you guys, and for the sake of this deck profile, and for the sake of this deck, period, I'm willing to go the extra mile and just put in a proxy. Like, as much as I hate proxies and I hate using them, I'm willing to do it. Okay, so yeah, 3 ignitions. I actually chose this one over MST. Like, there are times when people tell me to just run the MSTs. Like, I have considered it. However, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm curious because, I do have the Artifact Engine. I'm just missing that 3rd ignition, so I might swap them out for 3 MSTs, but you never know. And 2 Pot of Dualities. This is one that's pretty controversial. Not many Not many people have used this. I actually did, and I think I'm the only one. Although I'm pretty sure there's like maybe 1 or 2 people out there who have at least Technicity, which is Double Cyclone. I remember when Artifacts first came out during Primal Origins, this thing was like $3, and I'm talking about the common. And I thought I would be needing 3 copies. Turns out I only need 1. Swap out the 2nd Beagletech with. I'm not sure yet. I'm willing to try it out, but again, you never know. And last but not least, which is Pot of Dichotomy. Okay, that completes the spells. Moving on to the traps. Alright guys, once again, we're doing another proxy. Alright, as you guys can see, 3 Sanctums, simple as that. No need to go into more detail. It's the one that brings out Moral Tech, the one that makes the plays go on. If not Moral Tech, then, have it be Beagletech. God, I love this card. I hope nothing happens to it during the ban list. Alright, the Trap Hole cards, which is Bottomless, Void, and Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. Warning, Compulse, Torrential, 2 Call of Haunted, which is really good in this deck, 2 Breakthrough Skills, and 2 Wiretaps. My God, we're really running a whole lot of traps in here. Okay, now for the extra deck. Alright, running a whole lot of rank 4s, which is Ragnar Zero, Photon Butterfly Assassin, Galaga Cowboy, Maestroke, Black Ship of Corn, Abyss Dweller, Heartland Draco, Carnagorn, Castel, 101, Exciton Knight, Durandal. Like, I'm starting to see this card being played less and less in Hat. In fact, lol. In fact, I'm seeing being played less and less. But honestly, I think it's still a good tech card. It sometimes does help out, again, because, those artifact cards really do clog, and sometimes they just need to, get a little bit. You just need that oomph in order to make it go. Alright, Volcasaurus, Pleiades, and Gaia Dragon. One thing to note is that, like I said earlier, I don't normally go into the extra deck that much. I think the only ones I actually do go to is just to end the games is usually just for burn damage, which is Volcasaurus and Black Ship of Corn, as well as Gaia Cowboy. Even that whole debate of Gaia Cowboy and Heartland Draco. Sometimes if I just want to go for a clean slate, just attack directly by, screwing over the opponent, like just go lowly hanging on it, which is usually a 101 or Castel. But aside from that, I think the deck does okay. I am really excited for the next set, though. I know what's going to be in it, like Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, all that stuff. So if this deck stays relevant until then, or at least kind of, we might do another deck profile after this, and hopefully by then I'll have the 3rd Sanctum and the 3rd Ignition. And that right there is my Hat deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did in making it for you guys. So you're going to clean up that mess over there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Lights out!